Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to my series Learn with me Data Science. I am Anshika Verma and here is the fourth video of the series Data Science, which covers the part data preparation to model the data. So let's first understand the topic data preparation phase to model the data. So before training a model, your data needs to be prepared for analysis. This involves cleaning, transforming and formatting your data into a usable format. Think of, think of it like preparing ingredient for a recipe. You need to wash, chop, mix them together in the right way to create a delicious dish. Similarly, data preparation helps you to create a recipe for your model to learn from so it can be make accurate predictions and insights. So let's move to the first topic of our video, which is data partitioning. So in Python, data partitioning involves splitting your data set into training and testing sets, allowing you to train your model on one set and evaluate its performance on the other. This helps preventing overfitting and ensures your model generalization well to new unseen data. So now let's move to the Python implementation of data partitioning. So here is the code snippet to partition the data in Python. So in this line, we are importing the train test split function from sklearn's model selection module. And then in this line, we are importing pandas library and assigning it to the alias pt. And then creating a and then here we are creating a sample dataset as a panda data frame with 3 columns, feature 1, 2 and label. And here we are selecting the feature columns 1 and 2 from the dataset, assigning them to the variable x, and then selecting the label column in the from label from the dataset and assigning it to the variable y. And in this whole line we are splitting the dataset into training and testing sets using the train test split function, and x and y are the input features and labels respectively. Test size equal to 0.2 means 20% of the data will be used for testing and remaining 80% for training. And random state 42 sets the random seed for reproducibility. And this print function print the train data features, and this print function print the test data features. In this code, yTrain and yTest variables are not printed in this code, but they would contain the corresponding labels for the training and testing data respectively. Moving to the output. This output shows the result of splitting the original dataset into training and testing sets. For training dataset is 4 row, which is 80% of the original data, and features feature 1 and feature 2 with corresponding values. And for testing data, 1 row for which is 20% of the original data, and features which is feature 1 and feature 2 with corresponding values. The testing data has only one row because the testing size parameter was set to 0.2, which means 20% of the original 5 row is one row. Now let's move to the next topic of the video, which is building cart decision tree in Python. So in Python, you build classification and regression tree, decision tree using libraries like sklearn, which allow you to create tree models that make prediction by recursively partitioning data into subset based on feature values. This helps you visualize and understand complex relationship between features and targets. Now let's see Python implementation to build cart decision tree. So firstly, in this we are importing the decision tree classifier class from sklearn's tree module. And then we are importing the tree module from sklearn, not strictly necessary but used for visualization. And here we are importing the matplotlib library for plotting and assigning it at the LES PLT. Here we are creating a decision tree classifier object with criterion Gini equal to Gini using the Gini impurity measure to evaluate split. And then we are taking random state equal to 42, which is setting the random seed for reproducibility. And then here we are training the decision tree model on the balance training data at x equal to train balanced and y train balanced. And then here pld.figure creating a new figure with a specified size 10 cross 8 inches for plotting. And here tree dot plot equal tree visualizing the decision tree using plot tree from sklearn's tree module. At cart model, uh, which is a trained decision tree model, feature names equal to x dot colons using the feature names from the original data, and class names specifying the class name and field equal to true, filling the boxes with colors to indicate class prediction. At last, plt.show function displaying the plotted decision tree. So this is the output for the code in which the tree starts with a root node that represents the first feature, feature 1. The root node is split into two child nodes based on the value of the feature 1, which is less than 2.5. The left child node is further split into two grandchild nodes based on the value feature of 2, which is less than equal to 3.5. The right node is predicted to be the class 1. The left grandchild node is further split into two great-grandchild nodes based on the value of feature 3, which is less than equal to 1.5. The right grandchild node is predicted to be class 0. This tree-like structure represents a decision tree process of the model, where each node represents a feature or a prediction, and each branch represents a decision based on the value of a feature. The actual output may vary depending on the specific data and model used. This is just a simplified example and illustrate the concept. So now let's move to the next topic of the video. So the next topic is building C50 decision tree in Python, which is also advanced decision making. In Python, you can build C5.0 decision tree using the C5.0 library, which is an extension of the C4.5 algorithm, allowing you to create more accurate and robust tree models that can handle complex data and missing values. This enables you to make more informed prediction and decisions. So now let's move to the Python implementation of building a C5.0 decision tree. So this is the code. In this, firstly we are importing the decision tree classifier class from sklearn's tree model. And then here we are here we are creating a decision tree classifier object with criterion entropy, using entropy as the measure of evaluate split similar to the C4.5 algorithm and by extension C5.0. And random stated 42, setting the random seed for reproducibility. Here here we are training the decision tree model on the balanced training data, x train balanced and y train balanced. And then here we are printing the feature importance of the tree of the trained model. And C5.0 model dot feature importance accessing the feature importance attribute of the trained model, which returns an array of the feature importance. Here, the feature importance attribute returns an array where each element represents the importance of a feature in the decision-making process. The importance is calculated as the sum of the impurity reduction caused by the feature at each node in the tree. The feature importance are normalized to sum up to 0, so they can be interpreted as a percentage of the total importance. By using entropy as the criterion, this code is implementing a C 4.5 like approach, which is similar to C 5.0. The feature importance are less than printed to show the relative importance to each feature in the decision making process. So let's see the output. See, this is the output of our code. This output represents relative importance of each feature in the decision-making process of the trained decision tree model. So the output is an array of two elements, each representing the importance of a feature. The first element, which is this, represent the importance of the first feature, for example feature 1, and this is representing the second feature, which is the feature 2. The importance value are normalized to sum up to 1, so they are interpreted as a percentage of the total importance. In this case, the output suggests that feature 1 is relatively less important with an importance value of approximately 45.9%, and feature 2 is relatively more important with an importance value of approximately 54.1%. This means that the decision tree model relies more heavily on feature 2 to make predictions and less on feature 1. This information can be useful for feature selection, feature engineering, and model interpretation. So feature selection is if you want to reduce the dimensionality of your dataset, you could consider removing feature 1 since it's less important. Feature engineering is if you could try to create a new feature that are more closely related to feature 2 since it's more important for the model prediction. And model interpretation is understanding the relative importance of each feature can help you understand how the model is making prediction, identify potential biases. So let's move to the next topic, which is random forest tree. So building random forest is combining test for better prediction. In Python, you can build random forest using libraries like sklearn, which combine multiple decision tree to create a powerful model that reduces overfitting and improve prediction accuracy. This ensemble approach helps to reduce errors and increase the reliability of prediction. Now let's see the Python implementation for building random forest. So here is the code to implement random forest. So here firstly we are importing the random forest classifier class from sklearn's ensemble module, and we are creating a random forest classifier objects with an estimator 100 specifying the number of decision tree to combine in the forest, and a random state equal to 42 setting the random seed to reproducibility, and rf model.fit training the random forest model on the balanced training data, x train balanced and y train balanced. Now evaluating the model, this accuracy rf model.score evaluating the model's performance on the test data x test and y test using the score method, which returns the accuracy of the model. And now printing the accuracy of the random forest model. And here printing the feature importance of the random forest model, which represent the relative importance of each feature in the decision making process. This code trains a random forest model on the balanced training data, evaluates its performance on the test data, and prints the feature importance. The output will show the accuracy of the model and the relative importance of each model. And we can see the output of the code. The code give the output random forest accuracy equal to 0.0, which is very poor performance, and feature importance is this. So the performance of the model is very poor. Random forest accuracy is 0.0, which is indicating the model is not making any correct prediction. And feature importance is implies the first feature is slightly more important, which is 52%, and second feature is 48% in determining prediction, but this is not meaningful given the poor model performance. So this is all topic we are cover we have covered in this video. Partition of the data, building card decision tree, building C5.0 decision tree, and random forest. So in this video, we have explored the data preparation process, building decision tree model, and evaluating their performance. These techniques are crucial for creating accurate and robust models. That's it for this video. We will meet in my next video, which is on the topic model evaluation. Till then, keep smiling, keep exploring. Bye bye.